Malaysian Airlines Flight 370's disappearance remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries.
11 years beneath the surface, in a place where sunlight cannot reach and silence presses down with the weight of an entire ocean, a machine moved through the darkness with one mission: find what the world had lost. No human eyes could survive there. No diver could descend that far. No aircraft could sweep the seabed with certainty. Only an underwater drone, cutting slowly through the black water, could enter that forgotten realm and search the scars of the ocean floor for a truth that had remained hidden since the night Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 vanished. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. For more than a decade, MH370 has lived in the space between fact and nightmare. It was not simply an aircraft that disappeared, it became a wound in modern aviation. A mystery so vast it seemed to defy the age of satellites, radar, global tracking, and constant surveillance. A Boeing 777 carrying 239 people lifted into the sky, then slipped away from expected routes.
239 people were on the flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. More than 150 passengers were from China.
From normal communication, from certainty itself. What followed was not just a search, it was a descent into questions that grew darker with every passing year. And now, after 11 years, the idea of an underwater drone revealing new evidence feels almost impossible to ignore. Because if anything could change the shape of this mystery, it would not be a rumor, not a theory, not another argument replayed endlessly across screens. It would be something physical, something resting where no one had looked closely enough before, something caught by sonar, a pattern on the seabed, a field of debris, a shape that does not belong to rock or reef or the ordinary chaos of the deep ocean. The ocean does not give up its secrets easily. It hides them under pressure, distance, cold, and darkness. The search for MH370 has always been a battle against that hiding place. The southern Indian Ocean is not a calm, narrow lake waiting to be scanned. It is one of the most remote and unforgiving regions on Earth, a place where storms rise without mercy and waves can tower over ships. Beneath those waves, the seabed is a broken landscape of ridges, trenches, slopes, and sediment plains. Searching there is not like looking for a lost object on the ground. It is like trying to find a single fragment of metal in a mountain range buried under black water. That is why the underwater drone matters. It represents the kind of search that feels almost alien compared to the early days of the investigation. This is not a plane circling above open water, hoping to spot wreckage glinting in the sun. This is not a ship dragging equipment blindly behind it, waiting for instruments to detect something unusual. An autonomous underwater drone can go down into the realm where the wreckage, if it is there, would have settled. It can move close to the seabed. It can map, it can scan, it can build images from sound, it can return with data that transforms empty ocean into a readable surface. And in a mystery like MH370, every new shape matters. The power of this kind of discovery lies in what it could finally anchor. For years, the story of MH370 has been pulled in countless directions. The aircraft's disappearance has been reconstructed through radar traces, satellite communication data, drift modeling, debris analysis, route calculations, and expert interpretation. Each piece has suggested a possible path, but none has delivered the final scene. The world has had fragments of the flight, but not the place where the story ended. Without the main wreckage, the mystery remains suspended. It has a beginning. It has a long shadow, but it does not have the one thing investigators need most: the physical sight. An underwater drone finding new evidence would be so dramatic because it could move the story from possibility to location. Location changes everything. A debris field is not just wreckage, it is a map of impact, breakup, direction, speed, and force. The way pieces scatter across the seabed can speak when voices are gone. The distance between fragments can reveal whether an aircraft broke apart before hitting the ocean or on impact. The condition of components can suggest the violence of the final moments. The orientation of debris can help reconstruct how the aircraft entered the water. That is the kind of evidence the ocean may still be holding. The search for MH370 has always carried a strange contradiction. It is one of the most analyzed disappearances in aviation history, yet it remains one of the least resolved. Experts have studied the aircraft's likely path with extraordinary precision, but the ocean has refused to confirm the final coordinates. Families have waited not for theories, but for certainty. Investigators have worked with incomplete signals and scattered clues. The public has watched as the mystery became larger than the aircraft itself, turning into a symbol of how, even in the modern world, something enormous can still vanish. A drone emerging from the deep with new evidence would cut through that fog like a flare in the dark. Imagine the moment the data comes back, not a dramatic discovery made by a person staring through a window because there are no windows down there. Instead, the first sign appears as a shape in processed sonar imagery, a hard return where the seabed should be soft, a line too straight to be geological, a cluster too organized to be natural. Technicians review it once, then again, they adjust contrast, they compare scale, they examine the surrounding terrain. Suddenly, what looked like noise begins to resemble structure. A fragment, a panel, a wing section, a piece of machinery, something that should not be on the ocean floor. That is where suspense turns into consequence. Because in the MH370 mystery, the smallest confirmed object could carry enormous weight. A piece of landing gear, an engine component, a section of fuselage, a cabin fragment, or even a recognizable structural element could tie the site directly to the missing Boeing 777. It would not need to be the whole aircraft to matter. The deep ocean rarely presents wreckage neatly. It twists, buries, scatters, corrodes, and conceals. But aircraft debris has a language of its own. Materials, shapes, fasteners, manufacturing patterns, and part numbers can speak with forensic clarity. If the drone located something identifiable, that evidence could become the first solid bridge between the known flight and the unknown ending. The implications would be enormous, not because every question would instantly be answered, but because the search would finally have a center of gravity. For 11 years, the mystery has existed across maps, theories, and probability zones. A confirmed underwater discovery would narrow the darkness. It would draw a circle around the place where investigators could focus. It would give search teams a real target rather than a statistical possibility. It would allow more detailed missions, more imaging, closer inspection, and perhaps eventual recovery planning. But the deeper implication is emotional and historical. MH370 is not just a technical puzzle, it is a human catastrophe wrapped inside an unanswered question. The people on board were not symbols. They were parents, children, partners, friends, colleagues, travelers, crew members, and strangers whose final journey became a global mystery. The absence of a wreckage site has kept the tragedy in a state of suspension. A discovery beneath the ocean would not erase the pain, but it could begin to replace the endless void with something tangible. Still, there is something haunting about the idea that the evidence may have been lying there all along. While the world debated, while search zones shifted, while theories multiplied, the remains of the aircraft may have rested in silence under thousands of meters of water. No sound, no movement except slow currents, no light except the artificial beam of a machine arriving years later. The ocean floor becomes a kind of vault, preserving not answers in words, but answers in metal, sediment, and broken geometry. That is why underwater drone technology feels almost mythic in this story. It is a mechanical witness sent into a place where no witness survived. It does not feel fear, it does not tire, it does not panic at depth. It follows programmed routes across a wilderness of darkness, scanning meter by meter through terrain that could hide wreckage in shadows and slopes. Every pass is slow, every scan is uncertain, but each strip of mapped seabed reduces the unknown. The machine is not searching with hope, it is searching with patience. And patience may be the only thing powerful enough to challenge the Indian Ocean. The new evidence in this kind of scenario would matter not only for what it shows, but for where it appears. If the drone's finding lies inside a predicted search zone, it strengthens the models that guided investigators toward that region. If it lies outside those zones, it could force a major reassessment of assumptions about the aircraft's final path. That is where the implications become sharper. A confirmed location could validate years of satellite data analysis, or it could reveal that crucial calculations were incomplete. It could support existing theories about fuel exhaustion and descent, or it could suggest a different final sequence. The wreckage site is the courtroom where every theory must face physical evidence, and the ocean floor does not care about speculation. That is what makes this so cinematic and so severe. The story of MH370 has been filled with human interpretation, but a debris field would be brutally silent and brutally honest. It would not argue. It would simply exist. The angle of impact, the distribution of wreckage, the damage patterns, the depth, the terrain, and the relationship between objects would form a kind of final testimony. Investigators would have to read it carefully, but they would no longer be reading only the sky. They would be reading the place where the aircraft met the sea. One of the most intense implications concerns the aircraft's final moments. The way a plane enters, water leaves evidence. A high-speed impact can shatter an aircraft into countless fragments. A more controlled descent might produce a different debris pattern. Components may separate in distinct ways depending on aerodynamic forces, structural failure, or impact energy. If major sections are close together, that means one thing. If they are spread across a wide area, that may mean another. If specific parts are missing from the main field, that could also matter. Every broken piece becomes part of a reconstruction. The black boxes, if ever located near such a site, would represent another level of significance. Even after so many years, recovery would be difficult, and the condition of recorders would be uncertain. But their possible presence near a wreckage field is one of the reasons finding the main site matters so deep. The flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder were designed to preserve critical information, but time, depth, corrosion, and damage all complicate the picture. Still, without the wreckage site, there is no realistic path to them. With a site, even a difficult path becomes a path. That is the difference between mystery and investigation. The drone's discovery would also reshape how people think about modern aviation safety. MH370 exposed a terrifying gap in global tracking expectations. The idea that a large passenger jet could disappear from routine monitoring shocked the world. A confirmed underwater find would not just tell us where the aircraft ended, it would reinforce why continuous tracking, improved distress systems, better satellite monitoring, and more resilient communication protocols matter. The implication is not merely about one flight. It is about the systems built around every flight that crosses remote oceans. Because aviation depends on trust. Every passenger who steps onto an aircraft trusts that the plane is being watched, guided, and protected by layers of technology and human oversight. MH370 wounded that trust. It revealed that distance still matters, that oceans still create blind spots, and that even advanced aircraft can enter spaces where detection becomes fragile. An underwater drone finding evidence 11 years later would show both the weakness and the strength of modern systems. The weakness is that the aircraft was lost for so long. The strength is that humanity kept building tools capable of pursuing the truth into deeper and darker places. There is also a powerful implication for deep-sea search itself. Finding evidence of MH370 would prove that persistence and improved technology can reopen mysteries once thought nearly unreachable. The ocean is filled with lost ships, aircraft, and unanswered events. Each successful deep-water discovery changes what future search teams believe is possible. It refines sonar methods, it improves autonomous navigation, it sharpens data interpretation, it teaches experts how to identify wreckage in complex terrain. The search for one aircraft becomes part of a larger evolution in how humans explore the deep ocean. But the drama of MH370 is not only technological, it is psychological. The mystery has lasted so long because it combines the ordinary with the unimaginable. A routine flight, a normal departure, a familiar aircraft type, a sky full of invisible routes used every day, then a disappearance so complete it felt almost unreal. That contrast is what makes the story so gripping. The horror is not that the flight was exotic or experimental. The horror is that it was normal until it was not. An underwater drone finding evidence would pull that normality back into focus. The wreckage would not be an abstract symbol. It would be the physical remains of seats, panels, wiring, cargo structures, personal spaces, and flight systems. It would remind the world that this mystery was never just about coordinates. It was about a real aircraft and real people moving through real time until something catastrophic happened beyond the reach of immediate understanding. That is why hard transitions define this story. From radar screens to silence, from the sky to the sea, from speculation to sonar, from unanswered signals to metal on the seabed. Each transition hits like a door closing. The most unsettling part is that the ocean may have preserved the final chapter in fragments. Not as a clean answer, not as a simple scene, but as a puzzle scattered across the floor of the world. A drone does not bring back the past whole. It brings back traces. It gives investigators shapes to interpret, measurements to compare, and targets to revisit. The first evidence may raise as many questions as it answers. A debris field might confirm the aircraft's location, while still leaving the cause uncertain. It might tell where the flight ended without fully explaining why it ended there. And that is where the implications become even more intense. Finding the wreckage would not automatically end the mystery, it would transform it. The question would shift from where is MH370 to what does the wreckage reveal? That is a different kind of mystery, one grounded in physical evidence rather than absence. It is colder, more forensic, more exacting. It would move the world away from endless open speculation and toward the slow discipline of reconstruction. In that sense, the underwater drone is not just a search tool, it is a dividing line. Before its discovery, the story belongs to uncertainty. After it, the story belongs to evidence. The ocean floor could reveal whether search models were close or wrong. It could show whether the aircraft's final descent was steep or shallow. It could reveal whether debris separated before impact. It could indicate how violent the collision with the ocean was. It could guide future recovery. It could help investigators decide which systems, components, and areas deserve the closest examination. It could make certain theories harder to sustain and others harder to ignore. But it would also bring a solemn responsibility. Evidence from a tragedy like MH370 cannot be treated as spectacle alone. The cinematic power of the discovery comes from the depth, the darkness, and the long search. But the meaning comes from the lives attached to it. Every fragment would belong to a story of loss. Every image from the seabed would have to be handled with care. The world may hunger for answers, but the evidence would carry grief as well as revelation. Still, the image is unforgettable. An underwater drone moving through darkness, its sensors sweeping across the seabed, passing over ridges and sediment until something appears that should not be there. A shape, a shadow, a return signal, a possible remnant of the most haunting aviation disappearance of the modern era. After 11 years, the search does not end with a shout. It begins again with a signal, and that is what makes the moment feel so powerful. MH370 has always been defined by vanishing. A plane vanished from radar, a route vanished from certainty, answers vanished into the ocean. But an underwater drone revealing new evidence would reverse that direction. Something lost would begin to reappear. Not all at once, not cleanly, not completely, but enough to change the darkness. For 11 years, the ocean held its silence. Then a machine entered the deep, and somewhere beneath the waves, where time feels frozen and the weight of the sea presses down like a locked door, the first sign of a hidden truth may have finally appeared. What comes next is the terrifying precision of interpretation. The drone's discovery would not speak in complete sentences. It would arrive as raw data, blurred contours, acoustic shadows, strange measurements, and visual fragments, captured in a world where even cameras struggle against darkness and floating sediment. Specialists would have to separate illusion from evidence, because the deep ocean can deceive the eye. A ridge can look like a wing, a rock face can mimic wreckage. A cluster of debris can vanish into the background until a sharper scan reveals its edges. The truth would not announce itself loudly. It would have to be extracted. That extraction would carry a tension almost unbearable, because every confirmation would tighten the circle around the final unknown. A matching structure, a recognizable material, a manufactured angle, a section that aligns with the architecture of a Boeing 777. Each detail would pull investigators closer to the moment everyone has been trying to understand, while still refusing to give up the full story too easily. The ocean would offer evidence in fragments, forcing the world to earn every inch of clarity. The most chilling implication is that the final answer may not be dramatic in the way people expect. It may not arrive as one stunning revelation, but as a slow assembly of facts, each one locking into place with quiet force. A mapped debris pattern here, a damaged component there, a location that fits one calculation and contradicts another. The truth could emerge not like an explosion, but like a shape forming in the dark, growing clearer with every pass of the drone, and that may be the most haunting part of all. After years of noise, argument, speculation, and desperate searching, the decisive evidence could be silent. No voices, no final message, no cinematic confession, just metal beneath the sea, waiting for technology to become patient enough, precise enough, and brave enough to find it. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us? Do you think this new MH370 evidence finally explains what truly happened? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.